right? So, good luck. Last qualifying game against Gabon. We wish them the best of luck, and we hope they can repeat what their predecessors did a few months ago. All right, we've made a change, and Toby Adepoju has joined us now. Toby, welcome to Sports Tonight on a Tuesday. You're always here on Monday, but we decided to bring you back today because we didn't have time to talk yesterday. But before I come to you, Toby, and do a preview of games tomorrow, a lot of interesting games tomorrow.
Yeah, coming up tomorrow, a couple of interesting games.
A lot of interesting games. Before I talk about it, let's just quickly tell you about the girls. The girls are starting, the under-20 girls are starting the World Cup today. We talked about it extensively yesterday, but in case you missed out on it, let me just run through for you the fixtures of matches to be played today, opening day of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Our neighbors are in action. Ghana, they are up against Canada, and that game is about midnight. Finland against Korea at about 10 in the next couple of minutes. Germany against USA will be tomorrow morning about 3 a.m. And then you have China against Brazil as well, very early tomorrow morning. So most of these games are going to be played past midnight. As we said on the show yesterday, we hope our girls will make it worth our while. But let's quickly talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Coach Stephen Keshi, the NFF said in 7 days, talk to him, get back to us. Keshi is interested in continuing as national team coach. For me, there are different reactions to it, but I think now that Keshi is in charge, we can begin to look forward to preparing for AFCON 2015.
It doesn't take anything to get a coach. Let's look at the gap between now and the AFCON game, the first game, September 5th. How many weeks do we have?
A month, just a month.
Just a month. Cote d'Ivoire, they appointed a new coach. The last man that took them to the World Cup resigned. Algeria, the man left for Turkey to handle a club in Turkey. They got another man. A lot of countries that went to the World Cup are getting coaches quickly so that they know because of the calendar. It's so tight. Within 3 months, we are finishing up a qualifier. We're going for 2015. And we know how it is. We know the challenges. We know the challenges of European football, how to get players. Now, you can't release your players as quickly as possible. So, you have not started as your coach. How do you get your players to camp before that game? That's the big question. That's the big question.
Let's bring you what Stephen Keshi is saying. I had a chance of speaking with Coach Stephen Keshi earlier on today, and I've tried to put out his statement out for you to see. That's the summary of what Keshi is saying. We have little or no time to start preparations for our qualifying matches of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. I have heard that our first game is against Rwanda in the first weekend of September, and our second game is less than a week after that. And I think that's going to be a way to South Africa.
Yes.
I hope the NFF can sort things out as quickly as possible so that we are not caught unawares, because we are going to be playing, that's Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi, we are going to be playing a Rwanda that have been playing games in the last couple of months, and they're going to be up against a Super Eagles team, yes, that went to the World Cup, but have gone on a break for like 2 months.
But remember, it was Rwanda that we used in qualifying for the 2013.
And it wasn't an easy game.
Wasn't an easy game.
All right, let's run through for you the full fixtures for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. For those of you who have been asking questions, who are we playing? When are we playing? Our first game will be at home on between 5th and 6th of September. We don't even know the venue yet.
Yeah, because
Abuja.
Calabar is already.
Calabar is ready for Sports Festival. Abuja complains about Abuja. So we don't even know where we're playing. September 5 or 6, 2014, Nigeria is playing Rwanda. That same weekend, Sudan is playing South Africa. 5 days after, less than a week, we are traveling to South Africa to meet South Africa. And then Rwanda is playing Sudan. Then there will be a break for about a month. 10 or 11 of October, we are going to Sudan. That same weekend, Rwanda is hosting South Africa. 5 days after, Nigeria is at home to Sudan in a reverse fixture, and South Africa is hosting Rwanda. And then there will be a break for about a month. Nigeria is going to Kigali to face Rwanda. 5 days after, it's all going to be ending, Nigeria hosting South Africa. All right? So this is what it looks like. Nigeria's game preparations for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. We are the defending champions. We need to get back to defend the title we won in South Africa. And from what you've seen on your screen, there is absolutely no time to waste.
No time, you know. And
in the past, by now, home-based players are in camp. Preparing for the foreign base.
For the foreign base to join them, and you know, they merge that together and form a good team. But just like Keshi hinted, you know, he's ready to take charge of the team, and I hope, you know, the negotiation will be sorted out, you know, in quick time. So we should resume, you know, start preparation with the home-based player, you know, the normal culture with Stephen Keshi, you know, our Super Eagles coach, and the foreign, you know, pros join them later. And you know, going to the cup, he's looking compact, you know, he's looking very tight for us. It's going to be difficult. Apart from South Africa, which the country is looking very good. The likes of Sudan, Kigali is going to be a difficult ground for most of our home-based players. We have issue in recent times, but we just hope things will be sorted out in quick times and Simikeshe will return as Super Eagles coach.
Toby, do you see the confusion rocking the NFF right now? Do you see it affecting these boys in any way?
I think the boys are professionals. I think they should skip their art off the politics going on.
It should not disturb them.
They should not get distracted. So far Simikeshi got the job. Most of these players, he has worked with about 40 players. So it's very easy for Simikeshi to call up 23 players that will get the job done. In the qualifying game. So I think they should skip their heart off the politics. They should just leave the off-pitch problems to those battling with the issue.
Okay. All right. So we wish the NFF and Keshi. Let's sort out our issues as quickly as we can. Let's everybody come together, forget about your differences. In the interest of the game, let us forge ahead and get ready. Because usually, when you are very successful and you are on a high, the next place is down. After becoming African champions in 2013, we should be very careful.
So that we don't go the way of Egypt.
We don't go the way of Egypt and the way of Zambia.
And even Cameroon in recent times.
And Cameroon in recent times. So let's talk about the games for tomorrow.
Yep.
Week 22, Globe Premier League. Dogulaba in Port Harcourt, Dolphins against Atlant, Sharks against Bayelsa, in Kano, Kano Pillars against Giwa, in Aba, big one, Enyimba against Sunshine, in Lafia, Nasarawa against FC Taraba, and then in Kaduna, Kaduna United against Abia Warriors, El Kanemi against Warri Wolves, in Kano as well, maybe that game will be played on Thursday. Then Nimbe against Rangers in Omoku, Gombe against Aqua United, Crown against Lobi in Ibadan. I know you are planning to go for Crown against Lobi in Ibadan, but talk to us about those games. A lot of big games.
Yeah, really. I think Kano Pillars, Giwa will also be a good game to watch. If you look at Kano Pillars and Giwa, just 3 points separated.
First against second.
On the log. And Giwa,
I think Giwa third on the table or second on the table?
Fourth on the log.
Fourth on the log.
Just 3 points behind
Pillars. So it's a battle of top 4 teams.
And Giwa has really shown quality this season. So, what they really show in the Federation Cup. And also this season, they've really, they have a compact squad.
We need to emphasize that their coach is Dukudi.
Dukudi, former Shooting Stars player. So I think they're really doing well. I think they will give, our Pillars a run for their money in that game. And also, as you talk about Crown Nobi starts, for Crown FC, they have been battling relegation. They need to start winning at home. They should avoid dropping more points at home if they want to stay top, on the log. There's Nasarawa, Taraba also for Nasarawa United. They got Ganaro, who won the trophy last season with Pillars. He also want to, maybe replicate that success with Nasarawa United. Nasarawa United struggled last season, but it has been an interesting moment for them this season, coupled with, Dogo, eyeing a continental ticket. Also, just 3 points, behind Kano Pillars on the log. There's Dolphin Atlant, is going to be an interesting game. There's Enyimba Sunshine Stars in the first leg. Enyimba picked a point in Akure.
Yes.
And Sunshine Stars have also been one of the most consistent side.
A lot of this season, games on the road
they
this
pick
season.
points in Kano, they pick points in Enugu, and they are hoping, to pick points also in but it's going to be a loaded midweek games for the Nigerian Professional League, and hopefully it will be a free officiating games, and also teams, who merit to be the winner or who merit to pick points should pick points. Yep.
Let's talk about the National League games played over the weekend. You've been keeping your eyes on this one as well. FRSC and Kwara picking a point on the road. Tornadoes, Prisons and Sokoto 0-0. Mighty Jets hammered Kogi 3-0. Adamawa and Plateau United 0-0. Wiki beat Spotlight 1-0. Tornadoes 1-0 over Tip. Then Jigara 2-1 over Ranchers. DSS 1-0 over Supreme Court. These are the results from Division A. Let's go to Division B now. Dictionary Stores 2-1 over Gabros. That was an interesting game. You had COD United playing their best game of the season, beating ABS 2-0.
Still battling relegation.
They are still battling relegation. They need to get more points on the road. Remo beat Aqua Starlets 2-0. Abia Comets 2-1 over Gateway. And then you had Prime and 3SC. 3SC picking the points on the road. 1-1 against Prime.
On the road.
Yeah, and that helps them a lot because they're looking good to make a return. And then you have Bendel Insurance beating MFM 2-1. Go round 3-0 over Ekiti United and Unisem Rovers 1-0 over First Bank. Dumnodi, a lot of interesting results.
Very interesting result. We are getting closer to the end of the season. 3SC, Wiki Tories, they are pulling away. While we look at Qualifier United and ABS, and Gabros, those people in the mix. But for the Lagos team, I just hope they get their acts together, especially playing at home. They may not get the result on the road, but at home they must at least get some results so that you can boost your chances of qualifying for the Premier League. Okay,
some grassroots football to wrap up the show. Congratulations to Ilorin and Port Harcourt for winning the ARS National Championship. Is a Pan-African event. They have picked the ticket to represent Nigeria in Gabon when the African tournament will be taking place next month, later this month, in the month of August. So congratulations to Ilorin and Port Harcourt for winning the ARS, the Rising Stars National Championship that got concluded over the weekend in Lagos. Let me read a few comments on Twitter as we wrap up the show. Kevin Amata says, Austin Okonakpan should stop his campaign against the AFN using foreigners to run for Nigeria. Other nations do it. So what's the issue about Nigeria doing it? Well, that's your own opinion. Francis Mary Oloa says, I see us going back to the winning days very soon. More investment is needed for us to get there. I think that's the much we'll be able to take on the program this Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye-bye now.